Okay, welcome, welcome. So we are going to discuss how to work your virtual business and how to really rock the one-on-ones and the double facials. And so I actually just got a news feed on my phone from the CDC that said that, they didn't want people to gather in 50 people or more. And so I thought, oh, I'm so glad they're starting to give out numbers because hopefully that will help with some of the fears about our business. Because you guys know we never have, 50 people parties or anything like that. And I think that's why a lot of my parties are holding. And Angela just had a successful party. I had a party Thursday with Debbie, had a party today with Amy. With our business, they're just small parties, and guys, usually they're family or cousins or grandmothers and mother-in-laws, and so they all know each other. They know where they've been. They know where they've been exposed to. And so I think with our kind of business, people do feel safe still gathering in little small groups. And that's why I think that we're really not going to see the kind of shutdown that a lot of other businesses are seeing, because we do deal with these personal relationships that people have with each other when they do come to a Mary Kay pampering session. So I was so glad that the CDC kind of put that number out there. And here's what they said: so no gathering of 50 people or more, okay, for a few weeks, or just a few weeks. But then he said they may have to have a complete shutdown for 14 days if they don't see progress. Okay. So in case that ever happens, we're going to talk virtual. But for now, the one-on-ones, the double facials, like I said, they're not bringing strangers into their homes. They already know, like for example, the party that I did on Thursday night, it was a mother, her 3 daughters, and her mother and the grandmother. And so they all know where they've all been. The kids were home from school, the 2 daughters were home from college. And then today it was the grandmother, the mother, the cousin, and the neighbor. Okay. And then the neighbor's mother-in-law. So that was 5. And so everybody knows where everybody has been. And I think that is what, we can take some of the fear out of for what we're doing for right now. And if we, just use caution, like always washing your hands. Dr. Oz says always washing your hands takes away 50% of the, 50% of the chance. And then of course the hand sanitizers. And so keeping the distance, and we never touch faces. Remember, we have this no touch policy. So we're just kind of squirting. And now you might want to use your little plastic containers that come in your starter kit that I used to say, oh, you don't need those. Remember, because you like to go around and touch everybody's shoulders. Well, forget what I've said for now and use your little plastic containers and go ahead and pre-squirt. That way you're not having to lean over anyone. And then, everybody's got their own tray, their own little product wells. And you go ahead and get the warm cloths. Now might be a great time to get like a little warmer, those little baby wipe warmers, and put your, warm cloths. I don't know, but I don't even know if you have to go that far. But there's ways to get around this. And like I said, rocking that one-on-one and that double facial. Now I'm going to stop for right now, and I'm going to kind of turn it over to Trinity, and then we'll do Tammy and then Mary Ann, or whatever order y'all want to go in. And they're going to talk about some of the other training that's out there about virtual, working your business virtually. Okay, go ahead, Trinity.
Hey guys, so I just kind of want to reiterate what Michelle said, that there are people that are still having parties, and so 9 times out of 10 it's best friends and family, and so don't be afraid to book them. You will see cancellations, but you will see a lot of parties holding. So we wanted tonight to kind of talk to you guys about virtual online, because I love what Marianne said earlier this week. She said, we're not going to panic, we're going to pivot. And so that's what we're going to do. This business is so flexible. We can do all kinds of different things with this business. And so the virtual online presence is becoming more popular already. And so now we just get to learn that avenue and have that expertise for when all this calms down, then it can just be the icing on the cake for you on top of your already parties that you're holding in person. So I'm going to go over a couple of different ideas. And I just watched this really great training from National Sales Director Leah Carta, and there were about 10 nationals that got together and sat down and tried to create a plan for us. And so they created a Facebook Go Kit, is what it's called, and it's a really cool plan. And so it's a lot of ideas. I have in my personality, and so I can get overwhelmed with all the ideas. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I want you to know that there are so many different ways to work this business, but we also don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, where do I start? There's so many options. I can't, I can't choose one. So we want you to be able to find something that's going to work best for you, for your personality. I love to go live on Facebook. It's just such a fun thing for me. It's exciting for me. I love to bring Letty on and she'll go live with me. You may want to vomit thinking about going live on Facebook, and that's what's great about this business. There's so many different awesome ideas. You just get to pick what's best for you and run with it. So just a couple of different things that they mentioned that we can go more into detail with, but I just wanted to kind of skim over, was creating a customer page on Facebook. If you don't already have a customer page, now is a great time to create one. Go ahead and create one. And if you do have one, I'm not really, I don't stay on my Facebook page. I don't post as much as some businesses that you'll see. I like to just kind of leave it for whenever we have specials, whenever new products come, spring products, new catalogs, things like that. But now that this situation has arisen, this is a great opportunity to be posting because let's be honest, people are at home. They're going to be on their phones. They're going to be on Facebook, whether they're checking for CDC updates or whatnot, or to see who has toilet paper. They're going to be on Facebook, right? And so they're going to be checking the pages inevitably. So be on your page, be posting. The more interactive the post is that you make, the better. So let's say, even if you just say, here's the charcoal mask, here's a picture of me wearing the charcoal mask, who's tried it before? The more people that comment on the post, the more it's going to be publicized, the more they're going to see it, the more people will see it that are in your group. Now, this isn't a private group, so just create that group and just have a presence in that group. Let people know that you're still working your business. Your store is open, and you are more than happy to help them and work with them and their product needs virtually or over the phone or via text. We do have samples for this reason, so we can definitely take care of them. So they, on this, the Nationals, we're just really talking about having a presence, maybe going live on Tip Tuesday. Such a cute idea. A consultant in my unit, Rachel Stone, does that. Every Tuesday she'll go live and she'll pick a product that she loves. She let her nieces one time take a Sharpie marker, not recommended, and they drew on her face and then she used the eye makeup remover to take it off just to show how well it works. And that's just a fun way to keep people involved, keep them interactive, that kind of thing on your Facebook page. They also mentioned Facebook parties, which is the kind of style that I've done training on before, that are QVC style, is what they said, where you post a video, people comment. The more they comment, the more entries they get into a drawing. So this, you don't have to go live with this. You don't have to show your face at all. You just have a script that I can send you. You copy and you paste it and you post it. That's all you do. You copy, you paste, you post. It's very simple. You can edit the Facebook script however you want, adding different videos of different products. You could do a full makeup Facebook party and then a full skincare Facebook party if you wanted to. We have so many products that there's a lot of possibilities with that one. So you don't have to go live on that one or anything like that. You're just copying and posting. Then you have the option of a live Zoom or a Facebook Live. So Zoom has the benefit of you being able to see what the other people are doing, which I love. So I can see you right now. I can see Tammy and I can see what you guys are doing. So I know that you're doing the products with me. If I send you samples and you're doing the products with me, I can visually see that. You can unmute yourself. You can ask questions. It's more interactive. It's more personal, I guess, than a Facebook Live would be. But Facebook Live is going to be a lot easier to get people logged onto because all they have to do is join the page and then you go live, if that makes sense. Melissa, I'm looking at you. Oh, next to the QVC. It was not the QVC note was not my lingo. That was Leah Carta. She came up with that. So I love that. It's so cute. But then you can also do it without samples. Let's say you don't have time to prep it. You have 4 people that are ready to go to do a live or a Zoom party online. You just do it to yourself. So you say, okay, here's our cleanser, just like you would at a party, but you're doing it to yourself to show them. They ask questions. The more questions they ask, the more entries they get into the drawing. So they don't get to feel it and touch it and all of that because you're not sending them samples ahead of time, but they're still getting to try. They're still getting the experience because you're telling them, this is my favorite product. This is what this does. It feels so good. And they're almost like jealous that you get to try it and they don't. And so they want to order it for that reason. So those are just a couple of ideas that you can do, whether it's you feel confident going live. They even said go live and show, like I said, the Tip Tuesday, but show different products that you have in your inventory that you love and different things like that. You think about those stupid pearl videos. Do you guys ever watch those? You know what I'm talking about? Where they like open the pearls and you're just watching because they're live. I don't care what it looks like opening an oyster and they're just opening and trying to find the pearl. Anyway, so you catch yourself watching it. And so that's kind of what live videos do on Facebook for your friends and your family that are watching. They're just like, oh, I got to see what she's going to do next, especially if you have a baby. That's a really good, or a puppy or a husband who's really funny. You never know. There's all kinds of different options there to get people to really kind of be engaged in that video. So those are some different ideas that I got from this live. And then I'll post the packet that I found really helpful. I'll post it as soon as I get the link for it so you guys can see that from the National Sales Directors. Okay? So Tammy, I'll pass it to you or Marianne, whoever's ready.
I'm ready. How are you doing, Tammy?
You go ahead, Marianne.
Okay, so for example, an opportunity, just a one-on-one where I actually use the Facebook video. So for those of you who have Facebook, and then Messenger where you talk to people, text, all that kind of stuff, you can basically do a video conferencing with them via Facebook. And what I also love about it is that you can do groups, and it also makes it a little bit more accessible, so they don't have to go to Zoom. It's one less step. I do believe you have to be Facebook friends. So you may need, if you're working with a hostess who's inviting friends, she may need to add the people onto the chat. Because if you're not friends with them, then you can't find them. So, hey, Laney's dad. So one of my girlfriends from college, she wanted to try some skincare. She lives over in Illinois. And so I just sent her a sample and some lip gloss and mascara, just popped it in an envelope. And we scheduled a time to get together on a Tuesday night, after she put her kids to bed, I put my kid to bed. And it was so much fun. So I just called her on that Facebook Messenger, and it was so good to see her and connect because we hadn't seen each other in years. And it was just the best. I just feel like if you haven't connected with some of your friends from high school or college or whatever, make this the reason, and you'll be so glad that, beyond your business, you'll be so glad that you reconnected with them this way. So we washed our faces together. So I set my phone up in the bathroom and, she was propped up in the kitchen, and I said, okay, this is step 1, and she's doing it. And, I'm telling her what it does, and we rinse it off together. And then we just went through the ultimate miracle set. And she loved it and everything. So it was really simple, really casual. And so just think about if some of the other stuff kind of overwhelms you or intimidated, think about just keeping it simple like that. Just grab a sample, just pop it in the mail, and just schedule a time to wash your faces together. So it was just like girlfriend time, but remotely. And it was so much fun. So that's a little bit about that one. And then I'm going to show you, let's see if I can screen share super fast. Nope, wrong one. Couple of share content. Here we go from my photos. And we have some really cute invites. Check these out. Okay. There's that one. So we've got some, well, I'll post these on the group later tomorrow morning so we don't blow up people's phone app, after 9 o'clock. But some really cute images. Okay, it won't let me go to the next one. I had to share it like one at a time. That's too much. So anyway, I got like 4 or 5 of them. They're so cute. Really, really cute professional ones so that you can share with people and they get excited just because that invite is so stinking cute. They're like, yes, I will host a virtual thingamajiggy. And then just a tip on going live and all that, just have fun, okay? I have made it my mission to allow myself to make mistakes and people to laugh with me at my mistakes so that they can feel better about themselves. Like, I kind of just purpose, I know I'm going to make a fool of myself one way or another, and I allow myself to do that, and I allow people to do that with me so that they can feel like I'm just like them, I'm not perfect, and if I can do it and look a hot mess, that they can do it too. So I used to do car chronicles where I didn't have time to do my makeup before whatever my day, and the only time I could do it because I had the kids all strapped in the car was in the car, and so I would just do my makeup. I was gonna do my makeup anyway, so I just might as well let people watch me do it. And I would just give it random numbers like Car Chronicles 22 and really random numbers. So then they would try and go find all the other ones, and then they would find my other ones. And sometimes the kids would get out of their car seats and like crawl up into the front, and I'm trying to talk, and all of a sudden there's a kid in my face, and they just loved it, So if that, makes you nervous, I just want to tell you just to be yourself, and because the world loves you for who you are, and they need you to just be you. We don't need anybody perfect, okay? I don't have perfect friends. I'm just saying. So just have fun with it. And they're talking about maybe do like a skincare class with the guys, and the guys are really funny, or like get your kids involved to do it and get their opinion. And people just love to watch and see what happens with your family because it's really entertaining. And that's what helps to create that engagement with your group. Last part with, if you're using a customer Facebook group, the new trend is kind of making your customer group your all things group. Like it almost becomes like your personal page in a way. So it's asking them what they're cooking for dinner tonight. So everybody's like posting, what they're cooking for dinner. It creates engagement on your page. I really don't care what they're cooking for dinner unless I don't know what I'm going to eat. And that's really helpful. But basically you're starting to create a community on your business page. Okay. What are your weekend plans? What are some great, use this coronavirus thing. Hey guys, what are your plans to keep, the kids from going crazy? It creates engagement. In other words, it's not just all about the products. So basically you create relationships that's built around a lifestyle and not just a product, and you'll get more engagements and more community in that group.
Awesome. Okay, Tammy.
Okay, so y'all excuse me, I'm in the car, we're driving back. So I am that person that will vomit at the thought of going live on Facebook. I will. And Crystal Puckett, she is amazing. I watch her lives all the time, and I'm like, how do you do this? You make it look so simple, but I am that person. I can't do it. But yes, Trinity and Marianne had some great points. Now, Michelle did a Zoom skincare class. I'm kind of trying to do this through my ear. And so all I did was get the samples together, put it in a little cellophane bag. Fortunately, I was able to drive around, and I just threw the samples in their mailboxes. And all they did was log in that night, and it was really great. So not only with the virus situation though, too, in my situation, a lot of my friends, they're always busy during the week and the weekends with sports and their kids. So it also gave them an opportunity and a chance to log in through Zoom, later on in the evening when they were able to kind of sit down. But yeah, and then another thing as far as like Marianne touched on, the Facebook post, and I'm sure you've all heard, there's great times to post, like your morning post, lunchtime post, and then later in the evening. That's when you're going to catch everybody's attention. But I think they hit on most of the points from the live training today. So I'm going to hand it on over to Michelle.
Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome. All right. So, yes, I'm with you, Tammy. The thought of going live like that, which I don't even do Facebook, like when Marianne was talking about asking people about what they're having for dinner. I'm like, what? I don't get this. Like, I'm in this neighborhood digest email, and like I'm constantly taking a screenshot of this email I get and sending it to my husband. I'm going, these people are nuts, because I'm new to this whole social media thing. Like one day somebody said, what day is Halloween on? It's October 31st. And then somebody the other day said, anybody driving to Birmingham that can take 2 car seats to my son? What is this? So I don't get that, but I know it's the new generation. Anyway, back to our virtual business. So what we did when Tammy was talking about we had a virtual skincare class, we had these little postcards made up, and it said virtual skincare class, what day, what time, and what, how to log in. And so I can just we can set some dates if you guys want to do this, and we can do weekly virtual skincare classes as a group. Now, so we can decide on what day, we can send it out. And like Tammy said, sometimes later in the evening, like around right now, is a good time, because the moms have fed all the kids. They've got them all settled down. Like our kids are going to be homeschooling for 2 weeks. That's what our county is doing. And so they're getting all their work tomorrow. But if you're going to participate, and I think Tammy you had several sales, didn't you, Tammy? And we even had, she's shaking yes, her head yes. We even actually, one time we were in her home doing a live class, and she had someone that couldn't come, and she had the samples, and she logged in, and I had my computer, and I kept talking to her, and it was so fun. And I think didn't she buy like a volume set or something?
Oh, she's bought most of everything, and she's still one of my biggest customers.
Yeah, I think she spent like $300. So you guys, these virtual skincare classes are very, very productive too. Now, so how do you get the samples? All right, so if you've never been on, ordering under In Touch, all of our samples and supplies are under Section 2, and they're in different categories. Section 2 skincare, Section 2 glamour, and stuff like that. And I'm going to give you some of the prices because they're super cheap. Mary Kay does not, make us break the bank on ordering samples. And in a situation like this, this is where you want to have some so that you can participate in these virtual skincare classes that we're going to be doing. So like the Miracle Set 3D samples, you get all the products that are in the 3D. You get 3 packs, 3 sets for $3. So that's $1 a pack. And you can choose oily combos. You can get a couple of those. The microdermabrasion, you get 6 pairs of those for $2. And then the facial peel, you get 6 pairs of those, or 6 samples of those for $2. The charcoal mask, this is super cheap. You get 6 for $1. You can't beat that. And then you've got your foundation primer if you want to send them with a packet of their foundation so they can try that. We can move on into glamour because there's wonderful glamour cards. They're eyeliner samplers. You can put together a complete skincare and advanced glamour makeover in one little great bag. You don't have to get fancy. A sandwich bag will be fine, and just drop it off. You can, if you have to mail it or drop it off, wherever you want to. What's great is if you've got out-of-town people and you can't get to them when you start your business, even if we didn't have this corona, what do they call it now, coronacation, because we're all on a vacation from the coronavirus, you could drop this in the mail to all of your out-of-town people. So start making a hot list from your out-of-town hot list and get these samples, the spatial in a bag, to them. and tell them what we need to do, what we're going to do is set a time to do virtual parties once every week. Okay, would that work for everybody? You guys can nod your head because I can see everybody almost. And once a week, and you say on Wednesday nights, we're doing, 9 o'clock, log on. You've got your sample. I've given you your sample. And then maybe give everybody a gift certificate to spend for logging on. We're always doing that. And then that's going to start the buying process and they get to try it. So guys, our business thrives in weak economies. I know this is a very, very unusual situation, but hey, Mary Kay's always equipped us, and women will not. The reason our business thrives in weak economies is because this is an emotional purchase, and women will go without bread and water, but guys, they are not going to go without their mascara and their foundation. They will not, or their lipstick. I know that sounds crazy for people who don't wear that, but you look around, there's more of us than there are of them. And we are, we're what makes up this billion-dollar industry, and we have it on our shelves, and so we will make money and we will get this product into the customer's hands. So the directors and I are going to be working tonight and tomorrow to get a new virtual card out. I think when we created this, I don't know that we had Voxer, believe it or not. I don't know why I created this, because we can just text this to everybody versus create a card. But Mary Ann's got some really cute stuff, and we used to have a facial and a bag card. And that's if they can't log on, you can just put the instructions in the little Ziploc bag or whatever you're going to use and give it to your customers. So we will have the tools for you. We just don't want you to be overloaded. But go ahead and look through your, when you're on the ordering page, look through the section 2, figure out what samples. You guys know what our hot button products are, the ones that show instant gratification, the Miracle Set. If you've got somebody older, there's also the Voluform. It comes with everything that's in the Voluform kit. Those are a little bit more pricier, but hey, we all know how awesome the Voluform kit is. So that's a $205 kit right there. You sell that with I think it's like a $3, I think there's $3 a piece, maybe $2 a piece. Totally worth it, because I don't know anybody that's ever used Voluform that didn't love it and didn't buy the whole kit. I could just tell you testimony after testimony after testimony. So look through your section 2 samples. Don't spend too much. Think about per face. How many faces? Look at your hot list. How many people do you want to get this to? A lot of your out-of-town people, and then figure out and adjust it to how many that comes in the set. Okay, and then that way you're not spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on samples. So always be smart about that. And then you get them in, but then you've got to do your work, the field work of getting it into their hands and getting them committed to, logging in or trying it, and then giving them that gift certificate. You can create a super cute gift certificate on your pic collage. You guys, we can do everything we need to do from our phones. I love that about our business. We can do everything. We don't have to have so much paper, and keeping it simple is what we always try to do. And Melissa's asking me, is Serum C on there? I don't think we have Serum C samples. So maybe this will be something that you would want to put in those cute little containers that you can get at, oh gosh, I think the Dollar Tree has them. Oh, no, I know who has them. Hobby Lobby and Michael's has them for little paints and stuff. That's where I got my last batch. And you can get those and pump some of the Serum C in there. If you're going to do that, also send them a vitamin C square. Don't forget those. Those are great too, and explain the power of 100%, almost pure vitamin C, and that you only have to do that, twice a week. So always remember the importances. And those are the reasons I use those products, is because they do show instant gratification. Now we're going to go ahead, and I want you guys to ask some questions, and Trinity and Mary Ann and Tammy are available to, if I can't answer them, since I'm not a Facebook or social media diva. Anyway.
Hey, Michelle, can y'all hear me?
Yes. Hey, Dana.
Okay, hey, y'all don't want to see me on Sunday night, so I'm just gonna give you my voice. I think today's been no bath Sunday for me. So, I am, I teach and I'm having to work rapidly to get everything moved over to do stuff online. So, kind of have two questions. Number one is, where can I find, and I know I checked off saying I read all this, but my personality, I didn't read all of the words.
Yeah.
So for those of you that do your business online, I think I heard someone say that if you do Facebook, you have a business Facebook page. What do I need to do? That's my first question. What do I need to do to make sure that I'm compliant with that Facebook page? Because I know there are some kind of stipulations we need to follow. What certain things do I need to do to make sure that I'm not doing anything I shouldn't do on there? Whoever is good at the Facebook stuff, can you answer that?
You want me to go? I'll go.
Yes.
So basically the best thing, Dana, about your Facebook business page is that you have free reign because you're only adding your customers. So you're not having the risk of posting, hey, everything's free, which you would never do, but on your main page, right? And stealing someone else's customer. So when you're in a private group, you're just creating a group. So Dana's Mary Kay Ladies or whatever, Dana's Divas, however you want to call it, you're going to have those, and it's just going to be your customers. So new customers, existing customers, as you get customers, any friends, any family that don't have consultants. So you can post anything you want in there. You don't have to stress about the rules necessarily about, does that make sense about like posting?
Yeah, so it is, I think I misheard you the first time. So it's a private page. So I create a private page and then invite customers as I get them to that private page, private group. Okay. That was what I wanted to make sure. And then my second question was, because this had gone through my mind, if you do a Facebook Live party and you do the skincare on your own. So if I don't have time to get the samples and mail them out to people, try to figure out the timing of the mail service or whatever. So do they seem to respond okay to just watching you do your own face? And are you doing your whole face? Or are you doing half a face like we're doing at our parties? How do you kind of follow through with demonstrating those products?
Great question. So I have a consultant who she did a block party, a Facebook block party. So it was like 3 days, and one day she did skincare, one day she did makeup, and then the last day she actually did a full Facebook party, and she sold $521 in these 3 days. Okay. And so what she did is she did kind of like my going to bed routine on Friday night, and everybody logged on, they watched her live, and they would ask questions. Oh, well, there's the charcoal mask. What does it do? And then she would tell them. And they got entries into the drawing every time they asked a question. And so it was just kind of a fun way for her to, she's very vulnerable, taking her makeup off and everything.
Right.
But people respect that. And kind of like Marianne said, just be silly with it. And they're fine with that. And so as long as you're fine with that. But if you just feel comfortable doing half your face, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then in the morning on Saturday, she put her makeup on. And she let people see her, as she put her makeup on and went through all the products and things like that. So it just depends on what you want to show, what you love, and what you show is what you're going to sell. So you want to show things you love and all that kind of stuff. So does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I think it's kind of cool because one of the biggest questions people get at a party is, how long is this going to take me?
Yeah.
And I think you kind of get to show that off when you do something like that. As far as the skincare goes, the makeup always takes me a long time because I have a ton of decisions to make every morning. But
yeah,
I think that's cool with the skincare part. No, I just know that a lot of our product is based on how it feels when we use it. And so that was kind of one of the things that's been going through my head because I've had a couple of cancellations due to COVID-19 or whatever you want to call it. People are afraid to be near people. So I was just trying to figure out what they, enjoy, would it sell as good if they couldn't feel it? But I guess if they watch me, I could sell something.
Yeah. Dana, I know exactly what you mean. And let me help you think this thought. Like, Mary Kay is so special in that we've always done face-to-face in person. The rest of the world has always done the virtual thing. And so we're actually kind of just watering down our standard a little bit and doing what else everybody else has been doing, honestly, you know. And so this is not new.
QVC. So maybe I need to go on like QVC at 2:00 in the morning when nobody can sleep, and they decide they need that at 2 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, that is so true, Marianne. I had never even thought. That is so true. And hey, Dana, when she said just be silly, that is right up your alley. Wait till
you know, that's all I am.
She's all everything silly. You just wait. We're gonna have so much fun at seminar this year.
Hey, I've taught algebra by being silly, and they've gotten it. So I think I can do this.
That in itself, that fact that you can teach algebra blows my mind.
That's my two biggest. I've had to practice all day teaching algebra online. I had a webinar with myself today to try to figure out how to do that. So no, that was kind of my two biggest things. Was I want to make sure that I don't, break any laws doing this online, trying to build an online business. And then, are women going to go for this? Are we going to go for this if we can't feel it? But you're right, Marianne, that we do it all the time. We're just not used to it in our business. But yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah, and the Mary Kay police are not going to come get you, so you're good.
Okay.
Woo, woo.
Well, no, they don't want to get near. But no police wants to get near anybody right now, so we're
Right.
okay.
But can we put any information about our Mary Kay business on our personal Facebook page? Is it okay to do that?
Yes, it is. As long as, and here's the thing they said at leadership for the directors. They said, tell your consultants, we are not sitting here waiting for you to mess up. We don't want you to be stressed out. We don't want you guys to be freaking out about everything you post and having to overanalyze everything. They're trying to keep with the Mary Kay way and move into this new era of virtual things. And so they just want to make sure that you're not stealing other people's customers. Mm-hmm. So if you post online and you say, hey, comment below if you want a sample of the charcoal mask, and you're on your main page, and then you say, I'm selling my charcoal mask for $15 this week only. Well, someone else's customer may see that and say, well, $15, heck yeah, I'm going to her because she's on sale that week. You know what I mean? So we just want to be really, and just do the right thing. And they said, we would rather you mess up. They said, we're not terminating agreements because you've messed up one time. We're not trying to make you upset and nervous. They want you to use social media. They want you to post, but they just want you to be mindful of the fact that there are other people that have customers that, are working their business and that aren't maybe giving that special that week. So just post it in your private group, if that makes sense. But on your main page, you can say, oh my gosh, this charcoal mask is the best thing ever. Check out how well it's working on my pores. You can show off the products and things like that. You just can't call to action on your main page and say, hey, everybody come buy from me because I'm the best. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I got it.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Right,
Thank you. That makes sense. That clarifies a lot for me, actually. Thank you.
Good.
And I do want to add something because I know that you guys are all so, you're just so ethical, and I hear it. You don't want to do anything wrong, and I'm so proud of you for that. But always keep in mind that if you do run across somebody that says, oh my gosh, I love that, they comment and they said, I love that charcoal mask, I've tried it. And if you say, oh, do you have a consultant? Just because they've tried it and they say yes, that they have a consultant, doesn't mean that they have a real consultant anymore. And so there's certain questions that you go one step further and ask, hey, have you tried the eye patches? No. Oh, have you tried the new foundation that lasts for 12 hours? No. Well, do you get a book from your consultants 4 times a year? No. Guess what? She doesn't have a consultant. And more than likely, if her consultant hasn't sent her catalogs, she is not a consultant anymore. And it's okay to start servicing her. And then I'll actually sit down and say, well, let me come show you all the things that you haven't seen in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. One time I talked to a lady, she was like, well, I haven't seen her in 4 years. And I said, well, who was she? And she said her name, and I said, well, she died, right? I mean, so, and she didn't know. And so you just have to ask the questions, and don't assume that everyone is working their business the correct way, and that just because they've tried it and they met a consultant, that they still have her. And so you guys, you're good. The Mary Kay police is not going to come get you. And you are, you're ethical. And, I always used to pretend like Mary Kay was on my shoulder. And so that always kept me, asking the right questions so that I could get to the point where I said, okay, yeah, you do have a consultant. And you know what? She's servicing you well. If something ever happens, I'm here, but you've got a great consultant. And I've had to do that before, great job. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else?
I have one more question.
Okay.
They pile up. I get so busy, everything piles up at one time. But one more thing came up, and it's a little bit kind of off of what we're talking about. But on a really cool note, I have gotten a lot of text messages from customers lately, how they love the charcoal mask, how they're seeing a difference. Have any of you ever posted a testimonial of some sort, maybe anonymously, like my customer loved this? I know we have pictures and we use visuals at parties, but has anyone ever posted anything without a picture on Facebook? Just, would it be okay to post if I took that screenshot with permission of that customer, but without her name, and put that on that Facebook page? Hey, I just got this about this charcoal mask, or I've just got this about this eye cream, because I've gotten a lot of those lately, which is really cool. But I was reading them thinking those would be awesome selling points, because we are personal. So people that read that know those are my friends. Those are people that know me. They're not just, it's not random statements. So have you ever done that? I don't know if that made any sense, but
it does.
Yeah, absolutely, Dana. Especially if they, you can just ask your person to say, I really appreciate you sharing. That makes my heart so happy. Would you mind if I shared your picture, edited, or our conversation with your personal information blocked out? Can I share that on my personal page? Just because I know there's probably more people out there who would really love to be able to have that same experience. And they've always said yes.
Mm-hmm. And you could even get them to post it on Facebook. Hey, if you'd be willing to share that you love this new product, I'll give you 10% off your next order. And then their friends are seeing, oh, this charcoal mask is awesome. I had a customer do that for me once and sold 5 charcoal masks in one post for me, because she said, this charcoal mask is awesome. If you need some, go see Trinity. You know what I mean? So that was the customer posting a call to action,
right.
Not me. But I will tag my customers in it. I'll ask for their permission. Is it okay if I screenshot this and share this? And they're like, yeah, of course. And so I'll tag them and say, thank you so much, Sally, for being such an awesome customer. I'm so glad that you love this product, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
So,
cool. That gets me excited. I like that.
Yes. And I love this. So all of this is you being on purpose with your business. I mean, you could sit back and, enjoy the next 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and just let the world come to an end. It like everybody, the sky's falling, or you can be on purpose and make things happen and make money. Okay. Those are going to be the ones that rise above. The cream will always rise to the top. And so we are Find a Way, Make a Way women. And congratulations for you to be on this call tonight, because you guys didn't know if I was going to record it or not. And I almost didn't record it because I felt like that we would talk about certain things, but we kept it clean. And so, all right. So, thank you for being here, and thank you for being on purpose with your business, and we can't wait to hear about all your success. Okay, have a good night. Good night.